Sweeping changes made by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada in 2024 have caused international student enrolment to plummet across Canada. And while BC interior universities and colleges are no exception, the full impact won't be felt until next year. In January, IRCC announced it'd be capping the number of study permits issued for 2 years, and further restrictions have followed since. Thompson Rivers University in Kamloops saw its new international enrollment drop by over 400 students in the fall semester compared to last year.
The message is uncertainty, and the message was received by potential students and parents and partners as Canada is closed for international students, and that's not true.
Okanagan College in Kelowna said its new international enrollment this fall dropped by 40% compared to last year, but its overall headcount remains around 2,000.
Only 8% of our current programs are now eligible for those postgrad work permits after students graduate, which means that we have fewer options for international students who are seeking a pathway to permanent residency when they come to OC. So that change has really impacted us.
UBC Okanagan declined an interview for this story, but its Senate heard in March new international enrollment dropped by 8% last year, and in September the school was 25 to 30% short of conservative targets. With the impact expected to be felt over several years, the schools have been examining their budgets. TRU's plan to balance next year's budget includes slashing over $20 million in spending and accumulating around $15 million in reserves for future investments.
So we will be doubling down on the service and support for these amazing students while relying on innovation and creating new programs or restructured programs that are more aligned with the for example, the postgraduate work permit that are more attractive to the international students.
Okanagan College is planning on cutting 11 part-time staff in January and says it'll be looking at expected enrollment next year to determine where reductions should be made.
We don't right now have a budget issue. We're looking at opportunities and ways that we as an institution can make sure that our operations are aligned to the number of students that we anticipate having next year.
At UBCO, administration units have been asked to find a 4% reduction in recurring expenses, and faculties have been given individual targets. TRU expects to see a 50% drop in new undergraduate international enrollment and a 75% drop in new post-baccalaureate international enrollment in January, while Okanagan College says new international enrollment is expected to drop by 70%. Both schools said the impact on international enrollment is expected to be felt more severely next year. For Castanet News, I'm Josh Dawson.